director ever. You're not going
Well,
to
he's
get
trying
the
to keep his phone.
Okay.
Yes.
Action.
A reaction? Okay.
You know, I tried out for The Biggest Loser last year, and you know, I went up to Oklahoma City. Yeah, and you know, at the time I didn't get it, and I was a little bit bummed. But then when this opportunity came around, I was glad that I didn't get it, and that you know it can be a family thing because you know, I'm not doing it. I didn't want to do it just for myself. I wanted to do it for all of you because you know we're a very small family.
We're getting smaller.
And you know everybody's getting older, and I just. You know, I don't want to, you know, I want you guys to stay around for a really long time, you know.
Well, and I think that's the thing is with that is that, you know, I was thinking about it and I don't, you know, I was 23, you know, when Grandma died and I don't want to, I spent $10,000 to get that baby and we've put a lot of money in him since and I want, you know, I want to be here. I want to see grandbabies. I want to see us have more babies.
And when you,
I want to see great grandbabies.
As we go through life and you see some of our family or some people that we know that their parents or their sisters and brothers have lived into their 70s and 80s and one
Here
person
we have
that we
family
know and,
dropping off in 40s.
Yeah, and it's just it's very scary and I don't think you really put it in perspective sometimes until sometimes when you just have to sit down and think about it, and then I think that kind of leads to the fact back to the beginning, which is put you into depression, where you go to your best friend, food that's not going to be judgmental and that's just going to let you eat and never say anything to you. It just
and that's been one of my big things is I'm an eater. I eat from depression. I didn't talk to a lot of people when Grandma died. We all know at this table how close I was to my grandmother. I mean, not that I've ever bragged about it, but out of our entire family, I am the one that she took with her to Washington, D.C. for...
That was just because I had other plans.
Right, yeah. She had other plans. No, I was very close to my grandmother, and it really affected me badly, and I didn't talk about it.
But I think the thing is that, you know, I mean, our mom was heavy.
Yes.
And
she was.
I don't want to, I never was embarrassed because she was amazing. And she did a lot of things for a lot of people. But I always, it wasn't that I was embarrassed, but I would be like, until you really, I think people judge fat by fat. You're fat, you are probably jolly, but there's no substance there. You're just that fat girl, and they don't realize what you are or what you have inside until they meet you. And I think that's one of the things that I face because I'm an older mother. I was 34 when Evan was born. So I already have that going against me, and then I'm fat. And Evan's very involved, and you know what I mean? It's hard. I don't want him to be embarrassed of me. And I don't want him to say, or to be embarrassed that I'm his mother, or I want him to be embarrassed about me for other reasons. Because I will say anything.
Because you're the loudest one that's
I'm the loudest one. I'm the one that's like, bam, bam. I want him to be embarrassed for other reasons, not because I'm fat. Right. And it's not that our mom wasn't active, because she was. I mean, she would sit on the steps and throw the softball at me. I'm not going to say to me, because she threw it at me a lot, because she wanted me to quit being afraid of the ball. But
our mother was so, I think too, we had the stigma of the fact that our mother was very involved in so many things in the community, and she was expected to be involved in things. Once people found out who you were,
still the legacy.
It was still like, oh my God, she was the most wonderful person that ever lived, and you know and I think that puts some pressure on you.
It's hard to live up to that.
It is hard to live up to it. And it is, I mean,
you hear us talking about it, but you really don't understand what it's like to live in Springfield, Missouri, and to
be Joy Hall's
to
granddaughter,
a random function and have someone say, "Are you one of those hall girls?
Are you one of those hall girls?" Yeah. And I think that's the thing is that.
Do you like us?
Yeah, that's always another one.
Why? Why do you want to know?
Why do you want to know?
Or those hall girls.
Those hall girls.
Those hall girls.
And she made sure we always participated in things. That's the thing, that we played softball up until
we were active and busy.
You know, up until we were, you know, I know I was married when I still played softball, and our kids always, you know, we made sure our kids always participated in things, and just as she did, and even though she wasn't physically active in sports or athletic things. She was so active in so many other things that
she enabled us though.
She enabled us to be
to do a lot of great things, but she enabled me to get chunky.
And she enabled us.
And I think that's the thing. She loved her candies. She loved her
candies.
Yes.
But if somebody had something to say to one of her grandchildren, she was quick. Even if you were my parent, my mother, she was quick to put a stop to that.
Yes.
Right.
Susie, you're not going to talk to her like that.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah.
You know what that did? That meant that Grandma was going to protect me if I wanted to eat something.
And I think that leads into a whole nother aspect of the fact that we have always been a family that as we celebrated with food in front of us. That was our celebratory way of getting together.
Ham, rolled up ham, or anything that was in the refrigerator, like right before big family gatherings, there would always be a deli meat tray that Grandma would get from her house.
Well,
and I can remember sneaking in to steal roast beef off of it.
Well, the first year after I guess after Mom died and then after Jackie died, it was really hard after our parents went and then after our sister, because she was too young to die.
Well, they were so close together.
They were so close. It happened fairly close. That's really when we started the Christmas around the world and the different themes. And we really I think that's when we really started. I mean, not that I wasn't, because I was heavy. I mean, I was heavy before.
And we stopped the
we needed
an extra.
Yes.
We needed an extra reason why we were getting
together.
Well,
and at Thanksgiving we would always get together and we'd have a gathering and we would have a meal.
We would.
But
we did other stuff
we
too.
also did the putting up of the tree.
Right.
And we always put up our mother's tree, and we did it the way she wanted it, and that was a physical activity.
But see, she never got up
of its own.
But see, that's the thing too, is that when people would come to the house, our mom, she was predictable, and she had her place at the table, and she'd sit. And she'd write on the table, leave us notes on the table. I mean, thank God for Melmac, the things she could do. But it was predictable. We didn't use the good rooms in the house; those were for company. No. We didn't go in the living room. We didn't go in the family room. We sat in the kitchen. Our life was in the kitchen.
Yes.
And
that's true.
And Jack were always at the table. Yeah. And the pictures you see were all in the kitchen in that little tiny breakfast nook.
When we were opening presents or something like that.
Right.
Then we got to go in the living room.
Our life was in the kitchen.
And we do that a lot now still. When we have family gatherings
our life is in the kitchen.
We are in the kitchen, which you can't see behind the camera, but there's a kitchen.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing, is that we've always been that way. And I mean, when Elena came into the family, that Cheryl was at her thinnest. And I was in high school, it was my senior year, and we needed some new blood. We were excited to get that baby, and I think that's the thing too, is we've had some losses, and we've had some loved, and we got to do what we got to do to keep our family growing.
Right.
We got to get it growing, and I mean, we're ready for some babies.
Because our next generation is...
Well, not me, because mine's only 12.
I'm not ready for babies.
13,
I'm ready for babies, but not babies.
I mean, I'm not ready. If I had a
I'm
baby.
not
having any babies. I have my
Well, if I had a baby, first of all, I'd take all the money from the miracle, and then I'd give it to someone else. Because people will be like, dang, Nat, you had a baby, and you're almost 50? And they'd be like, here's some money. And I'll say, okay, thanks for the money. And then I'd be like,
but I think for our whole family, the thing of it is, if you would see our whole family together, and
you'd run,
you would understand how what the dynamic is of it and why we all feel the way we do.
Sorry.